Hi friends, thanks for your showing your keen interest in my video. In this video tutorial I'm gonna discuss about that what is the data annotation and validations. Data annotation is a technique to perform the validations on your server side as well as the client side. So let me tell you that what is the validations. Validations are just the way of checking the user input, like user is inserting some data into your web form or into your web page, and he is putting some data which is not liable to insert into database, like you want your application page is asking for the phone number, but in phone number he is giving the character, so it means that the user input is wrong. So how we can check it that the user data is completely you know that I can say that is completely true or not. Okay, so there are two things, that what is the need to perform the client side validations and what is the need to perform the server side validations. But somebody is asking to me that if I am performing the client side validation, then why you are performing on the same thing on the server side. So let me clear this. Client side validations are performed using the JavaScript. Any user, if want, he can disable the JavaScript on his browser. It means that you have performed the JavaScript validations on the page, but the user has disabled the JavaScript on his browser. It means that your JavaScript validations will be fail. So you have to do validations at the server side. So it means that at the server end, user data will be checked. But if you perform all the validations on the server side, it means that it will it will perform more load, or it will give more load on your server. So it is a better technique to perform your validations on the client side as well as on the server side. So we use the data annotations and validations to perform the server side validations as well as the client side validation. So let me tell you that what is the data annotations. Data annotations is a mechanism we can use it to feed metadata into application, and framework will display and render HTML markup. It means that if you are using the data annotations, then some kind of metadata or the HTML data will be rendered as per the jQuery concepts. I will discuss it in by using the practical way, but at this time I am telling you by the words. Data annotations are attributes which are used to perform server side validation as well as client side validations. We will learn that how we can perform these attributes on the client side as well as the server side. So we have some attributes like required, and I have used a single example over here. Like I want to ask a username from the user, and I want that this username is mandatory to fill, but user is not filling, so it means that you will display the error to the user. So let me clear this by using the example. Okay, to now I am flipping to the my Visual Studio. Okay, so this is my Visual Studio. Now I want to create a model to define some properties over here. I will click on add and select the class. My model name is employee. I will take here some properties: public, string, username, get and set. Okay, so this is my property. To perform the client side or server side validations, you have to put a single namespace, that is the using system.component model dot data annotations. First of all, I want to tell you about the required data annotation. I have to use the required, and I want to give a simple message to the user by using a property, that is a error message equal to username is mandatory. Okay, Now let me create a controller to check that my data annotations is working or not. So I want to give this controller name with home. So home a single method, that is a single method or action, that is my index, and I want to create a view. The name of my view is index, and click on add. Okay, so data validations will be performed at the time of model binding. So I need to pass the model reference over here by using the model attribute. And first of all, I want to give the complete namespace along with the class name dot employee server side validations. In this video tutorial I will discuss only server side validation. In my next video I will discuss the client side validations and to change the rendering or change the layout of my errors in my next video, right? So let me take an HTML form by using HTML helper begin form. Okay, now I want to take a label for it. So to perform the label we use HTML helper, that is the label 4. As we know that it is a strongly typed HTML helper, because in strongly typed helper we use the 4 attributes or 4 suffix in each and every helper. So I want to take a lambda expression over here to get the property of my model. I'm using here m dash m dot, and we have username. Okay, so I have username. Now I want to take input type control by using this strongly typed helper and m dot username. So give the error to the user, I have to use another helper, that is the validate message for validation message for, and this validation message for should be rendered like this m dot username. Okay, so as we know that this validation will be performed on the server side, it means that your page should be posted on the server. To post your data to the server, we have to use the input type equal to submit, input type submit, and the value should be save data. So at the click event of this particular button, the data should be posted to the server and server side validation should be performed. Okay, so first of all I have to check or I have to perform the validations at the model binding. It means that when you post your data, you have to take http post method we have this method. I want to call the action name with action result index. I'm using the same method, and in this method I'm taking the model's reference over here, like employee, and the object of this employee class should be emp, and I have to take the namespace to get this particular model class into the controller name by using this particular namespace using data annotation dot server validate and dot models. After that I can retrieve this. Okay, now there are two approaches to perform this particular task. Like first one, that is a traditional approach. I can take a string method that is null or empty. Here I will get the model value by using the model object like emp username. I will add a error by using the model state approach. Actually all the validations are performed at the model binding. So we have the model state property and a method with the name add model error. In this error I will give my property name, that is a model property, and another thing is the error message should be username is compulsory. Okay, now I have to perform another thing is also, that is I have to check that model state dot is valid. It's a predefined property. Is valid will be true if your page is not creating any kind of errors, so it is valid property will be true. But whenever your properties or your user input is wrong, then it will be false. So if it is true, then it should redirect a particular page, redirect to action. We have a method and I will create action on the same page, that is a message. Okay, so public action result and message. In this message I will return a view, add a view with name message and click on add. So I want to show a simple message that your data has been inserted successfully. Okay, I have to return a view. It is not performed, so let me execute it. So I have to change the app start. There is no need to perform any changes over in root config.cs because the default controller name is the home and the action name is index. We have the same, so there is no need to make any changes in root config.cs. There are some other property also discussed over here, like I want to change the label for this particular property. So there another thing, that is the display. So I will take it further. At first time it will take some time, but in next running debugging time will be reduced. So you have the form. If I didn't put anything over here and click on save data, then you can see the complete error. But if you give some value in the username text box and click on save data, data will be inserted successfully. So let me show you the page source. Here you can see some classes has been inserted here, like you can see the class equal to input validations error and data val required. Okay, this is the HTML5 syntax and it is used in jQuery validations. So in client side validation I will describe it that but in my this video, as I told you that it's a mechanism to perform the some or to create the metadata. So this is the metadata. So it will create some HTML markup to the application. So you can see the username is mandatory. So it means that your first thing is working perfectly. Now let me show you that I want to change this username, like the display of username. If you want to perform this same thing by using the model, and if you make some blank space over here, then this property will be false, and it will give the syntax error. So there is another thing that has to be implemented, that is the display. It's also a data notation. And display, I will show you name property, name equal to username. You can give the whatever value you want to give, name, username. It means that you are decorating this particular username property with these two properties. Okay, so these two things will be performed on the username property. Okay, so if you run this again, then you will find the label for this particular username property will be different from this property name. You can see here we have gap in username. Okay, now let me take another thing, or another validations. String length. String length means that you want that the data input by the user should not be exceed from a particular range. Then you can use the exceed or the string length property. Like I want to take it just like string length. Okay, string length, and you can put here the maximum length, like I want to give here 20, and you are taking another attribute just like name, get, and set. You want to perform another validations that is required in this particular name. Now, okay, first of all let me finish one thing, that I had performed this particular data, this particular traditional technique. There is no need to perform it in MVC 4 and 5. Okay, so just perform the model state is valid and redirect to message. There is no need to do something, do another thing, and click on home controller. So I need to make some changes into my view also, like I want to render my validations by using m.label4, and I have to render with this name property. Let me make changes in all three properties like this, and refresh it, then you will find it. Now I am giving this name. The range of this characters are more, and if you click on this, then you will get this error. The field name must be a string with a maximum length of 20. This error is rendered or executed by the framework only. As you know that I didn't give the I didn't give the error message to particular this property, so it's showing this error message. So if you want to override this message, then you have to use error message property. Okay, I have to stop it. Okay, error message. By using the error message, like maximum data can be of 20 characters. Now let me execute it again, then you will find the maximum error message will be changed. It's looking more than 20 characters, and if you click on the field name must be a string maximum length of 20 while showing this same message, error message. It's a feature of MVC 5. So stop the debugging and run it again. Okay. This error is not rendered by the string length because I have mentioned this into the required. Okay, so string length message will be same, so there is no need to make any changes over here. Okay, so let me take another data annotation, that is a range. Okay, first of all I have to take the regular expression data annotation. Whenever you want to put some data, like you want to get the email from the user, I am taking here the another property get and set. Okay, I want to decorate it with the regular expression validator, regular expression. Okay, and I have to regex for it to perform the email verification. We have dot plus at the rate dot plus double slash dot dot. Here I have to take the plus, and it's my regex. Now error message should be email format is wrong. It seems wrong. This is my error message. Okay, and if I want to perform another validations over here, I can do it by using the required. Okay, now I have to make changes in my view also. I am taking here Control J email, copy. Now let me execute it again. Okay, I am giving this particular email, and if I click on save data, then you can see the output over here. I want to change this particular email, and if I click again on the save data, then you will find it. Let me give some value over here and save data, then you can see my data is successfully submitted to the server. So this is the another data annotations to perform the email verification. Now come to the another annotations, that is the compare validations at server end. Okay, to perform this, let me take a password and confirm password example over here. Okay, required public string password get and set. Okay, another thing is required, it is for the confirm password. So public string confirm password get and set. I want to take here a display property also, because I want to make a gap, a blank space between confirm and password. To do this, I have to use display name equal to confirm password. Okay, now I want to perform the compare validations over here by using the compare data annotations. you can see here I have to put two things over here. First one is the control property, where I want to make some comparison, like I have written the password, so I need to put here the property name, that is my password. And second thing is the error message. So error message, confirm password and password should be same. Okay, so it's a very simple task. Let me do some changes in my view section. Now I have to take the password 4. And here also password 4 strongly typed HTML helper should I use. Now to password, copy this. Okay, here I want to put confirm password. My name is Yogesh and I am working as a corporate trainer in a particular company, and I am giving consultancy to various users. So okay, again I want to execute it. After that I will discuss about the range validation. Okay, gmail.com, and you can see clearly that the password and confirmed password are different. So if you click on save data, then you will get the error message, confirmed password and password do not match. So still you have learned that how I can perform this. Now come to the range validator. Range validator, it means that you want to get data from the user within a range, within a particular range. Then you have to define the range also. Like I want to take the user from his age, like public, integer, age, and automatic property also used here, get and set. To perform the range validator I have to use range, and I want to give minimum value and maximum value. You can see over here 10 and 20. Okay, required is also performed, should be performed over here. And let me take the age from the user. Copy and paste. It should not be password 4, it should be text box. Now execute it again. If you execute it here, now I want to take some value which is exceed from 20, and if you click on save data, then you can see the field age must be between 10 and 20. It means that you can put here, like if I give the 15 and if you click on save data, then this error message will be invisible. Okay, so this is the range validation. Now let me tell you about what is the data type. Okay, so these are some helpers which are used. We also have a helper that is with named templated helper. Okay, so let me take it HTML templated helper. We to understand what is the templated helper, you can visit my previous videos. Another property to perform to render the HTML output as per my model, you have to take just a single method, that is a editor for model. Now click on Google Chrome, then you will find the output will become over here. Okay, so there is no need to perform or writing some data, and if you click on save data, then you can see the complete output. But here you can see that the password and the confirm password are not in correct format. So there is another annotation, that is the data type annotation. You can take it at your model end, like we have password, you have this password, so you have to do some changes over here by using data type. So data type property can be performed by data type equal to that is okay data type dot password. Okay, I have to do same thing with confirm password. Okay, if you click on password, then you will see the data input in password format. So another data annotation is a data type. You can perform many data types over here, like you want to take comments from the user, you have to use the text area. So if you are using editor for model or templated helper, then you can use these data type attribute, public string comment. To get the comment, I want to take data type, that is text area, by perform like this data type dot text or multi-line text. Okay, so you have done some changes. Now execute it again. You can see text area over here. Okay, now let me tell you another thing, that is if I want to perform a validation for my checkbox, then how I can do this. It's a very simple task. First of all, I have to take a simple property with return type bool is terms. Okay, get and set. Now I have to create a custom validations over here by using public class, and my custom validation name is the validate checkbox. Okay, another thing, we have the required attribute. Required attributes is a predefined in data annotations. You have to inherit or you have to override the properties of required attribute. So there is a single property that should be override the name of property is valid. Okay, the return type should be true or false. Just return bool and value. Okay, now I have to decorate it with my custom validation, that is the validation checkbox. You can find it over here, and let me take a error message. Please select terms and conditions. Okay, now execute it again. Okay, now if you don't click on this particular checkbox and click on save data, then you can see the please select items terms and condition. If you click on this, then you will lost this particular error. Now let me give all the values over here. Twelve. You can see that your data has been submitted successfully. So in this video tutorial you have learned about that what is the data annotations and what is the need of client side and server side validations. So I think it's useful for all of you. So in my next video I will discuss about that how I can perform the client side validations by using the jQuery, as well as another client side techniques or client side frameworks technique. And thanks for watching this video. My name is Yogesh, and please subscribe my channel to learn